Hey, my Liptons. So I wanted to come in here. This is this has been going on for a while, but it's just like I haven't had the proper words to kind of like express myself because, and obviously this is mostly for like the Muslim. Yeah, you already know. This is mostly for like the Palestinian Free Palestinian movement. You know what I mean? The Ummah, like the Muslim, like we gotta talk. We gotta talk because I've been kind of annoyed lately with some of the behaviors that have been going on online. Okay, because if y'all don't know, Mufti Menk, who is the top person right here, this is Mufti Menk. So he is an like an Islamic scholar. You know, he's been popular around like these circles for a while. Like I was introduced to Mufti Menk when I was like a little bit young. So it's like even to this like still like to this day like I watch a lot of his lecturings, a lot of his like the stories of the prophets and like because I enjoy because he's very articulate, very eloquent in the way that he speaks. So it's like I enjoy getting a lot of like the history lessons of like our prophets and like the beginning of time and like so it's just like I always enjoy his lectures. I noticed this like a few weeks ago that Mufti has been getting, and it's so odd because I would have never thought that this will be a thing, but like he's been getting some like I don't know what to call it, constructive criticism or whatever, because people felt like, okay, Mufti's not doing enough talking when it comes to what the United States and Israel is doing to Palestine, Iran, such and such, right? People were saying that, oh, he's not speaking up. But I'm like, wait a minute, I feel like I'm confused because I was watching, and this is like an old lecture that he talked about back in like what the mid 2000s where he was discussing like the oppression that the Palestinians were going through to access Al Aqsa Masjid in Jerusalem. And I remember him speaking about that then. This is before the genocide. So it's like to kind of frame this to be like, oh, he's a and of course, there's gonna be some of my just, heads up. Some of my biases are gonna come out because like I do enjoy Mufti Menk's lectures. Like I do still watch him to this day. So there is a part of me that is trying to defend him. But like there is this thing where it's like, oh, he's never spoken up about Palestine. I'm like, where did y'all get that from? Because I feel like I saw videos and things like that about him speaking out for the Palestinians. Now, of course, like this new age of like everything being heightened now with genocide, with the bombings of different countries, like I can see why people would want. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, we like I feel like when it comes to like the issue of Palestine and everything that's going on, we don't have that sort of like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X figure. And I think that people are trying to look at the Muslim scholars to be those figures, which I don't blame them for it. I don't blame them for it for doing that. So like do I you could say like, okay, well I want Mufti to do more. Like you want Mufti to be more sort of like an activist than just sort of like being a scholar, which that's constructive. Like I can see even for me, like I would want that too. Like I would want that from because like when I look at Umar Suleiman, to me like he comes across as an activist to me more so than Mufti. I would say like he comes across more. He's more out there. But well, on top of that too, because Umar Suleiman lives in the United States. He lives in Texas, so he's right in the middle, Godsmack in the United States, arming and funding a genocide, and he comes out like he's more hardcore with it compared to, I would say, like of course, like Mufti would do like a video, like he would do a tweet, da da da. So it's like if y'all want him to be more on the hardline thing and like being more aggressive with it, I can see that being constructive criticism. But the whole like, oh, he doesn't speak out, he's just he's just quiet, da 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 da. So Mufti ended up putting out a statement, right? This is the first statement that he put out because I think he kind of saw the back whatever the criticisms or backlash that he was getting. And he said here, some of you have resorted to accusations and even slander to seemingly no response on the current situation. To set the record straight, I believe Israel has undoubtedly committed a genocide and continues to perpetuate some of the most heinous crimes and aggression. I've always supported the Palestinian people against the Zionist occupation. I'm a Sunni and unequivocally condemn the killing of innocent people and children and destruction of infrastructure in Iran and elsewhere. I'm not a political analyst or commentator, but these basics are the fundamental cornerstone principle of humanity, morality, and social order. So this is the first statement that he put out, right? And even with this statement, like just to kind of play devil's advocate to like some of the Mufti critics about him not being a political analyst, blah blah blah. I think that when you're in this ummah, we're all a part of the Muslim faith. When you look at all of our prophets, right? May peace be upon all of them. In some way, shape, or form, like they were activists. Like when you look at the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was out there making sure that there was an end to slavery. You know what I mean? Which was considered a political thing, but he also knew that it was wrong. Like when you look at a lot of the destructions that were going on during the Prophet's times, a lot of the prophets advocated for those things to basically be abolished. You know what I mean? So I think that while yes, like he might not be a political da-da-da, I think that, yes, that might be the case. I feel like in some way, shape, or form, everything is, even though it should, for me personally, I don't like these things to be framed as political. I like it to be framed as like, okay, like this is inhumane, this is not inhumane, so you need to speak up for it. And which he has spoken up for it. But I think that when things are like framed as like inhumane and then they end up getting, oh, well, it's just politics, it's conflicts, it's da da da. It's like, no, that's not what this is not just politics. Politics is life and death at the end of the day. So you can either stand in a area of right or you can stand in an area of wrong. So I can see where people have that issue, but I'm also not going to be like, oh, well, Mufti is just, and then like there's all these weird, like, I don't know, his critics. And I didn't even know there was Mufti critics. So I honestly did not, like, until recently. But like there's all these critics that say, oh, he went to Dubai in the past and he was sitting next to a rabbi. I'm so confused. Like I'm confused. So there's all these sort of like slanders and like nitpicking, trolling that's going on. So I just saw this just now. And I guess it's supposed to be a meme or someone criticizing Mufti. So Mufti, I think like him being accused of being like a Zionist enabler or like trying to stay out of things and like his allegiances, like his collaborations with the UAE or something like that is getting to him. Like the attacks and things like that are getting to him. So this is what he wrote. He said, "No, Habibi, this is unfair, uncalled for, unjust, untrue. Why do this on the most blessed nights of Ramadan in the name of halal laughter? Donating good deeds of people who would never me. I think he made a mistake there. Who don't even follow me, who have no idea what I do, etc. For the record, I am and always have been and shall remain very strongly pro-Palestinian, anti-Zionist occupation. The photo is from several years back. And he's talking about the photo where he was in the United Emirates and like there was like different people. I don't know. There was like a rabbi there. There was somebody else there that he was having dinner with. He said that the photo is from several years back before the Israeli genocide. And wallahi, I clarified it. I wasn't even sat there for more than a few minutes before leaving. I am also a firm believer that the U.S. and Israel have unjustly bombed Iran and are trying hard to drag the region into war. I deliver I delivered 84 talks about it. The Ummah will only be able to protect itself if we stand together and have a better. Okay, so he wrote more. I don't have the other half of it. But I think this is getting to him. I think this is getting to him, and rightfully so. And we're not going to sit here and act as if Mufti hasn't also, like, gave charity, gave zakat. Like, we need to be serious at a certain point. And it's very funny to me. I'm noticing this. It's very funny to me. And maybe because, he's a scholar, so it's like we put him on a higher standard. But still, I'm still going to lower the standard a little bit here. Because y'all got more smoke for Mufti Menk when he has spoken up for the Palestinians in the past, but y'all feel like he's not doing it enough. Or he's not doing it in the way that y'all like. But y'all have DJ Khaled's fat ass, who is an actual Palestinian. Y'all have him, this fatso, sitting his behind down wherever he's at, LA, Florida, I don't know where he's at. And he has not spoken a lick. He has not spoken a lick about what's going on in Palestine. Nothing. Nothing. And I checked. Nothing. When the genocide started, after October 7th, he hasn't said anything about his people getting exterminated. He hasn't sent no money, no donations to them. And let me tell you guys something. You're gonna be like, oh, well, we don't know if you haven't sent donations. How would you know? Let me tell you something. We would have known. We would have known if he did it. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything. This man, has little Palestinian blood in him, a full-blown Palestinian, has not spoken up about the extermination of his people, and yet y'all got more smoke. And I talked about this before on my channel. To me, it seems like there are more people who aren't Palestinians speaking up for the Palestinians than the actual Palestinians that are living in these Western countries. Not to say there aren't some, but like when you have the DJ Khaleds of the world, when you have the Huda Mustafas of the world, because Huda Mustafa got a platform now. She got a platform now. She went on that show, kissing, tugging, sharing saliva with people. When has this woman spoken up for Palestine apart from weaponizing it against her ops? Tell me. When has Huda Mustafa speaking up for Palestinians when this woman is a Palestinian? She'll be out here getting on streams, hanging out with with the colorist boyfriend, her fans calling a black woman an N-word and her laughing about it. She will do that. But this woman won't get her behind, along with DJ Khaled, Fatso, Moti. They won't get on the front lines for their people. So excuse me if I'm kind of annoyed that y'all going harder at Mufti Menk, but I've yet to see any post. I have yet to see any drags. Mind you, the Palestinian. I remember I was online when the genocide started. I don't think I mean, there's probably been like one or two, but I haven't seen essays about y'all dragging DJ Khaled, about y'all dragging Huda Mustafa. But you know what? Let's go even further than that. Because I think this goes deeper. I did a video dragging MBS, dragging the leaders of the UAE because of their ties to the Epstein class and the Epstein files. Not only that, being Zionist collaborators as well, having relationships with Israel. I have yet to see essays, and don't get me wrong, when you go to Middle Eastern Eye and all those, as far as like Instagram pages, yes, they'll talk about it. But I think apart from like Sami Hamdi, from what I saw in a mainstream sense, and y'all dragging it out, where's the dragging for MBS? He's the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. He has more power. Where's the smoke for Erdogan in Turkey, who likes to pretend that he's for the Palestinians when he's really not? Where's the smoke for what's his name, Mohammed bin Zayed in the UAE? Where's the smoke for him? Y'all stayed. The genocide started in Gaza, but y'all continue to fly over to the UAE, and there's no shade. This is why I gotta drag Mufti too, because you went to the UAE, but the UAE is out over there committing genocide in Sudan. But where's the smoke? Where's the smoke for Mohammed bin Zayed? Where's the smoke for MBS? And mind you, those are whole political leaders. They literally have the power in their hands to shut down their airspace for the United States, for Isn't Real, when the genocide started, but they didn't. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. So excuse me if I don't like this weird, like it's almost is like selective almost. And I get it, people want to put scholars at a higher standard because, they're scholars at the end of the day. Like, they inhibit a lot of knowledge. People go to them for, like, advice, for clarifications, especially when it comes to the deen. So I get it. I 100% get it. But let's not also leave these other people off the hook. These quote-unquote Muslim leaders in these countries who are whole crown princes, monarchies, and presidents who have done nothing for the Palestinian people, who have done nothing to condemn what's going on in Iran. In Iran, where's DJ Khaled when it comes to Iran? Where's Huda Mustafa when it comes to Iran? So I think that, like, well, one, I'm not canceling Mufti Menk. Let's just be very, very clear about it. Could his decisions be a little bit better? Yes. But we're not going to say in actions if he has not spoken up for the Palestinian people and that he has not condemned the war that has taken place in Iran. But yeah, the actual Palestinians that we have here, DJ Mufti Khaled and Huda Slut Mustafa, where is the smoke for them? Huda Mustafa got more energy to go back and forth and to shade and to do all this extra stuff and modeling and singing and doing all that stuff. Is she gonna do a song for the Palestinian people? Is she gonna write a song for Palestine, talking about free Palestine? Where she came from, where her people came from? All Huda Mustafa cares about is penis. That's it. What about DJ Khaled and his Fatso self? Are y'all gonna be dragging him? Are y'all gonna be boycotting his music? Because y'all already know I don't care for DJ Khaled like that anyway. So this was really like, it was easy. It's easy to kind of boycott whatever music he wants to release now. This man has not spoken about, he has a bigger platform than Huda. And if anything, I feel like he has a bigger platform than Mufti Menk at that. When has this man spoken up for his people being exterminated? Nothing but tap dancing coons all over my timeline. So I think that, like, everybody's just frustrated and they're looking for that one leader to kind of, and I get it, like I said, I get it. I feel like, Palestinians, overall the Middle East period, I feel like they need like a almost like a Martin Luther King, like a Malcolm X figure in a way. Like, they need that. And in a way, it's like, I think that, that's something that they're searching for, and they're searching for it in the scholars, which is understandable. And I think that the scholars are doing the best that they can in the situation that is happening right now, especially with these world leaders. But at the end of the day, we need to hold these quote unquote Muslim world leaders accountable for enabling and supporting the Zionist regimes in their genocide. Literally, I talked about this in the other video when I talked about MBS. MBS literally went, the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, went, and it was reported. He said that he doesn't care about the Palestinian people, but his people care about it. He doesn't care about their cause. He doesn't care if they live, die, da. That man is a munafiqin. So it's like, where's the smoke for him? Where's the smoke for him? either way, that's just my thoughts on that. You guys can tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. How you guys feel about how do you guys feel? I don't know. Like, to me, I don't know. It feels like a smear campaign towards Mufti Menk. It does feel like that. I'm sorry. Like, it feels like that. We can have criticisms and that sort of thing, but to the point where, like, and we gotta be for real. Like, come on, y'all. To the point where, like, y'all doing memes claiming that, oh, he's like, mind you, oh my God, I just remembered. MBS told the imams, the head imam in Mecca, to tell basically like the congregation, hey, don't talk about what's going on in Palestine. It's fitna. It's not in your business. Like, you shouldn't. It's not supposed to be in the du'as and whatever, that kind of thing. Where's the smoke for that imam? Where's the? I need to find out. Like, as you guys can see, I don't know the imam's name because y'all don't got the smoke for him, but y'all got the smoke for Mufti Menk that's actually talking, discussing, and I 100% believe he gave charity to the people that suffered in Gaza, the people that suffered in different, not just in Gaza, in Lebanon, like just so many different parts now that Israel has been bombing. So I think that, y'all are being unfair in this situation, like, and it's like, y'all also need to call out the people that have huge that even have a bigger platform than Mufti Menk, and who are actually Palestinians. Y'all need to be calling them out for not calling out what's been going on in Palestine. Period. That's just my thoughts on that. Anyway, you guys can tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 2,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.